is what I saw spiritually on Independence Day in New York City. And you might be a little bit surprised at just how much has opened up. 7 weeks ago, I accidentally moved to New York City. How does one accidentally move to New York City, you might be asking? Great question. I had felt that New York was highlighted to me for actually about a year and a half. And so when the opportunity came to do my visa change in France, you have to sometimes change your visa type, and it's best if that's done in country, in your country of origin. So when the opportunity came, I decided to change my visa in New York City. Thought I was going to be here for 2 weeks. The change process wound up taking 7. Yes, I will be taking Venmo donations at this time, but really there's not a lot of accidents involved. When are there ever accidents involved? And when I got here, honestly, I had a little bit of a rough entry into the city. I hadn't seen so much angelic activity for a while, just being honest. There had been a few pockets of angelic movement because there is literally hope everywhere, but there was kind of a stymie over the place. There was like this sense that like things weren't shifting and breaking, and I just kind of thought that that was how it was. But then all that changed for me. Late the night of July 4th, 2026, I was walking towards the Hudson to see the fireworks. Normal night. And, I look up in the night sky and was shocked. I saw something there that I had not seen before here, but that I had seen in Paris in the last 9 months and in a couple other major metropolitan cities. I saw angelic beings with spears stabbing precisely, squarely, and with precision at the ground down below, systematically going after things, systematically taking out different things that have been at work in the city and shaken. I realized that a takeover had begun and a divine flip had commenced. As I walked in the natural realm, a strong wind began to whip through the buildings, and it was a storm wind with no rain. That kind of wind just moves things around. I walked out to the Hudson Pier and I stood on the edge and watched the fireworks play. They were cutting the sky with their brilliance and looking down towards the bridges, the ancient gates of Manhattan. I knew something. You see, I had seen some entities on those bridges just a few weeks before. And without going down to look, I knew something. They weren't there anymore. And there was a shift that had occurred in this city, the city which is the gate of America. And lifting my eyes, I scanned the horizon. I was really far up the Hudson. I was nowhere close to the bridges, but at the tip of Fidei, where there was once the settlers that have come in and where there were once the indigenous Americans that have established the foundations of the city, there was an old fountain that opened up where Manhattan meets the sea. And something had changed, something had shifted, something had moved. And as I walked back with that strong storm wind with no rain whipping my hair, I heard in the wind, there are people alive today who will see liberty in the land. I believe that there is a foundational breaking of oppression and freedom for captives that is breaking over this land, and that its true resources are coming forth. The true resources of America are not just financial or land or these other things. The true resources of this place are its people, free people who were made to make a free world. And, I'm 50% French. My ancestors were French Huguenots that came to escape persecution in France. There's a huge connection between France and the United States and over our liberty and over our independence days. And whether or not we've partnered with the wrong thing, the idea still remains. Liberty is for all people. And we've partnered with the wrong spirits and the wrong sources of that liberty. And the way you know is that sometimes liberty doesn't look like liberty. Right things are breaking it. There's more to come next week on the gates of Manhattan.